Hey guys, how y'all doing? It's me, Johnny, and welcome back to another one of our Sorare videos. Man, there has been a lot of movement on the account in the past couple of days. A couple of big purchases have been made, and also the crypto market is falling out of a rising wedge, I believe you call it. As you can see, this was like the trend line, and I kind of expected us to drop this much down to the blue line, which is like an 11% drop, and we are basically 70% there at this stage. So if your players have dropped in terms of fiat value, don't be shocked. It also is down to the fact that ETH is dropping at the moment. But guys, here we are, starting off with my casual team with Benjamin Pavard, with Solé, Tony Kroos, Carlos Vela, and Alisson. That is what I'm going to go with, but obviously you guys don't care about that lineup. Let's talk about the purchases I have made. Lads, let's step into it. As you guys know, we have brought in Modeste last time around. We also won ourselves a Kim OQ, who is the latest reward we had in the club. I also brought in Amuzu in that same week, and the likes of Miguel Vargas, who I'm obviously very happy with. But after these purchases, I realized, you know what? I also would love to be able to put up a Challenger Europe team. The reason behind that is I have a lot of under 23s that play in Challenger, and if the matchups are better for a Challenger Europe team, I want to have the ability to put a bunch of the under 23s over there as well to try and win things and to try and add another lineup to the gallery, which is obviously something I want to do because right now we're only playing All-Star, All-Star Rare Pro, under 23 Rare Pro. That's pretty much it. But I did go out and get myself an Unastal. Now, why did I get Unastal? The reason for it is the guy and Twente are a great team to really go for. Based on historic performances, Twente's defensive performances have been really, really good. And I fully expect them to be able to go the same route again. Now, obviously, after I bought, his fiat price has come down. But when we look around ETH, it's pretty much around the same price still. Some people are worried about, like, not worried, but they kind of don't value him as high because they want to see if Twente get past Fiorentina. Yesterday, Twente lost 2-1 against Fiorentina. I wanted to watch the game because I had Unastal in a team. I'll show you guys in a second. You can see that he got 37.2 points. And another player that I had, that I bought is Small. Now, this guy is a beast. He comes into the team. If we take a look at his scores, lads, I brought him in alongside Unastal to have that defensive stack, obviously. And now, again, his price has come down a little bit. People are panicking with the market and the way things are going. I'm just happy that I brought him in because this guy, as a fullback, is doing bits. I mean, look at these scores. They're insane. And if you look at, like, new score, old score differences, this one doesn't work over here anymore. Yeah, Sorare data is having some struggles lately. We're going to talk about Sorare data as well, by the way, since the new memberships have been added. I want to say something about that. But as you guys can see, just visually speaking here, look at these areas. You can see that there's a massive increase in terms of his highest rated finishes. So I'm very excited about this guy. Even in games where he doesn't get a decisive, he's able of getting 80 points, which he did right there, 70 points right there, 72 points there. You don't necessarily have many fullbacks that can pull off something like that. So I'm very excited to have a player in the club now that is favored by the new matrix. So that is kind of cool. And talking about that, I probably should show you guys the lineup that I put him into. So I put him into a lineup alongside Gil, who got an assist, 75 points. Jesus Ferreira, who had a ridiculously good game and a 1-0 win against the league leaders in Philadelphia. 85 points from him. And I put the captaincy on the easiest matchup. New York at home against Charlotte. They got beat 3-1. I was watching that entire game and it genuinely pissed me off because I just expected Thales Magno and his team to do much better. Every time he gets the ball, something is happening, but their defense was struggling. The high press from Charlotte was way too much. They couldn't handle it. Defenders like Thiago Martins were making mistakes over mistakes all game long. He is horrible, by the way. If you guys have Thiago Martins, I feel bad for you. But Thales Magno right here, if he did perform or if I chose another captain, we could have possibly been in rewards, which is a huge letdown. Obviously, I would have liked Unastal to face a bunch more shots, but that didn't happen. He did save 3, but the issue was possession lost really affected him massively. So with the accurate pass change soon, there would have been 1.4 more points, I believe, for him. And long pass into opposition half, I think he gets points for that in the new Matrix as well. So yeah, I can't wait for the new Matrix to come in, because I do believe I have a couple of goalkeepers that hopefully will benefit from it. But Unostal, his highs should hopefully be even higher. So yeah, we missed out on a reward very closely, very annoying. But we do get ourselves the 0.03 ETH threshold, which I'm very happy with. So as long as we keep on adding that every single week, especially midweeks as well, that is like 100 euros each week in terms of ETH. I mean, who's going to say no to that? So I'm very happy with that still. And going through the gallery again, let's go back here. I have brought in Delcroix. Delcroix, I didn't play this week. And what happens? The man goes and gets himself a 90. Obviously, this guy, a lot of people are worried about him due to like his injury history, as you can clearly tell here. But I did buy him into the team. And ever since I have brought him in, the kid has been very good. And 95 points in his recent game. Even if he doesn't score, he should get like a 60, 70 point game in a European competition, which is huge. I'm very excited to have him in the club. He's going to be a very good option for Challenger and under 23 for me. So I'm excited to have Delcroix in the squad as well. Then I have gone ahead and got myself Treble. Now, as my luck comes around sometimes, I have brought him in for, let's say, 1.5 ETH. A day or two after me, he got picked up for 1.6 ETH. And here's why I got him. Based on his scores all time, literally all time, when he plays, this guy has only 2 scores below 50. 31-16. Now, obviously, he has just recently come back into the Anderlecht team. He did play in Switzerland, as you guys can see here. He was loaned out over there, I believe. And I didn't realize that Anderlecht fans apparently hate this guy. I had no idea. Because all I'm seeing on Twitter is people complaining about him playing, and his scores are nuts. Like, every time I watched 2 Anderlecht games, right? Since I picked up Van Aken and Amozu, I watched the games, and I was sat there and was thinking, dude, this guy in the middle is insane. And then I looked into it. It was Treble, and I remember him from his time in Switzerland, because last season he was a good option as well. And I was like, hey, if this guy gets like 80, 60, 70 point games every single time when he plays, I should try and get a super rare. And I did. Now, the funny thing is, and one thing I'm really happy with is, like, at the time, he was selling for around, like, his highest sale was like 1,100 euros, right? Which was, at the time, 0.6 ETH. I got his super rare for 1.5 ETH, which is basically just 2.3, 2.4 times the price of a rare. And that is very good for an outfield player. Now, why do you think his price has come down? Well, it's due to the fact that during the game, this man fell onto his shoulder in like the 30th minute, still managed to pick up 61 points in 45 minutes, which is absolutely insane, by the way. But he fell on his shoulder during the game and got patched up. Played another 15 minutes, got elbowed in his mouth, bled out of his mouth at the time. So he's a complete fighter. But after halftime, he got taken off and Kana came on to play for him. Now, I'm desperately hoping that he's not going to be gone for too long. But here's the thing. I wouldn't have been able to use him this game week anyways in the weekend. So that's totally fine. I probably would use him against Young Boys again, though, because it's going to be a home game. So I probably would have an Anderlecht heavy team for game week 299. I do miss a striker, though, for that game week. So I'll see how I can handle that. But ideally, I would like to have him in that squad because, yeah, he's insane. So game week 299, if we can compete within it, that's great. Up until that point, I do believe he should be back. And if he's not back until that point, where I don't have a lineup technically yet anyways, I hope he's going to be back for game week 300, which I'm not worried about the fact that his price has come down. Now, you might be thinking, why did you list him up then? It's just a listing up just to see what happens type thing. Like, I bought him for 1.5 ETH. If someone wants to snap him up for 1.9 straight away, I'm not going to say no to it. So that's fine with me. But I am very... Actually, you know what? That's not fine with me. Hold on a second. I'm going to put him up for 2 ETH because ETH price is coming down massively right now. And I'm just going to go with something that I feel more comfortable with. 2.1. Let's do that. If someone wants to buy him for that price, go ahead and do so. So yeah, I am listing him up for that price. If I can profit like 0.6 ETH within just a couple of days, I'm fine with that. I don't mind that at all. So yeah, Treble is on the transfer market at the moment. That doesn't mean we don't want to use him. I'm extremely excited about him. I want to, you know what? Cancel it. Why am I listing him if I want to keep him? Stupid things. Anyways, let's move on. So that is another signing to the club, which I'm excited about. But let's dive into lineups. And technically, these were my lineups that I put together, guys. So when we go through here, I had an under 23 rare with Osako with an amazing matchup. We have Sven Botman, we have Szymanski, we have Brenner, and Jesus Ferreira. Now, here's the issue. Botman is up against Manchester City, probably going to get smacked up. That's not an ideal matchup for me. Then also, Jesus Ferreira now is suspended because in the last game he picked up another yellow, I believe, and that now leads to him being suspended. Thank you to the people out there that have commented about this and raised awareness about this. Thank you guys so much. Even contacted me on Discord. You guys are beasts. So yeah, under 23 rare, basically we can say goodbye to it at this stage, right? So let's go ahead and delete this one because we'll have to come up with something different. Now, all-star rare and everything, it just gets affected by this as well. So we're going to have to do the lineups completely new altogether. You and me. So under 23 rare pro, this one, I'll have to think about as well in just a second. So let's start off with the under 23 rare pro because that is where I think I could have my strongest lineup due to the fact that Keisuke Osaka and Sanfrecce are playing at home against 17th Gamba Osaka. If we go into the lineup predictions here on Sorare Sharp, let's go over here and check it out. So Sanfrecce, what are we expecting? We are expecting Osaka to play, Sasaki to play, Araki to play. I have all three of those players. So I could have a massive defensive stack. Expected clean sheet for Sanfrecce, 50%, which is huge. 0.5 expected goals from Gamba Osaka. 2 expected goals from Sanfrecce. I do think they will do well, but it worries me a little bit that they might play a little bit too attacking in this game. But at the same time, if we don't get a clean sheet and Sasaki plays a little bit more attacking like he tends to do, run down that left-hand channel to get involved, I'm fine with that if he gets an assist again, because he does do that very often. And on corners, players like Araki and Sasaki are very dangerous as well, so we could benefit from that. So that's something I'm thinking about for All-Star Rare. I might actually put Osako into an All-Star Rare team instead of another under 23 team. So we'll talk about that in a second. But Keisuke Osaka goes into this one. Now, Crystal Palace against Aston Villa. You would hope that someone like Boubacar Kamara can once again showcase his abilities in a game like that. It is away from home, but I do still have a lot of faith in him. So let's double check here in the lineup predictions. Let's go over to England, see if Aston Villa are going to be playing Boubacar Kamara based on these predictions. I fully expect him to do so. Yes, he is part of that team, 90%. That is great to see. And then for the midfield, now this is where things get interesting, because for the midfield, I do have 2 incredible players. The issue is, do we think both of them are going to play? So if we go down here, we see that expected goals for Feyenoord, 2.25. So it's going to be an attacking heavy matchup for them. But we have Kökçü and Szymanski both on 70%. And it's a tough one because Timber could be playing, right? Let's go into Timber scores. And it's not the Ajax Timber, obviously. Let's take a look at his scores and see if they would... Oh, he has another yellow picked up in the last game. 42-point game only against Heerenveen. Played 85 minutes, though, in both of those last games. So he only gets subbed off quite late. Technically, he's being played as a CDM in this team. Orsnes, though, is still not gone. And this could technically be his last game for Feyenoord. Because he is supposed to go to Benfica. So a midfield 3 of Orsnes, Kökçü, and Szymanski would be unbelievable. So for the higher upside, do I go for this? I think I think Kökçü earned his spot in this team, right? He's fit again. I'm going to go Kökçü for the attack. This is the thing, man. This is what pisses me off. We have New York and against Cincinnati. Now, Cincinnati is not necessarily supposed to win, right? New York is a pretty good team, if you ask me. And at home, they do really well. United States, we go over here. Let's see the stats. Expected goals, only 1. Expected clean sheet, not even existent for them. Obviously, New York are supposed to do better in this matchup. They have great players. But then again, the front 3 of Cincinnati, I can see them score 2 goals in any game they play. I genuinely can. Matt Miazga now in the team as well for Cincinnati. Hopefully that improves their defensive performances and helps them to keep possession a little bit better with better passing play out of the back as well. So that's something interesting to look at. But the front 3 look very, very good. And I do expect all these guys to play. We do have all of them. But as we go through the United States, we could also see that the next matchup, Chicago against New York, we do have Thales Magno on a 90%. We do have them with a little bit of a higher expected goal ratio. Chicago actually have the better odds here, which is quite interesting to see. Okay. I mean, they are supposed to do well here, I assume. I want to put Thales Magno in, but the recent performances of New York have let me down so much. It's such a hard one to pick here. Do I go Brenner? Do I go Thales Magno? I'm gonna go Brenner, man. I'm gonna bank on Acosta and Vasquez and those guys to do well. And for the next midfielder, we're gonna go with, or I can go Saliba. Now, Saliba against Bournemouth. It's pretty much a 60-point game. It just would be. It just has to be, right? Let's go back into England one more time. And this is going to be a bit of a longer video. I think you guys enjoy longer videos like I do as well, because I absolutely love watching Sorare videos, no matter how long they are. It could be hours long. I'm going to watch them anyways. So yeah, I hope you guys are fine with this one. William Saliba right here with the 90%. Fully expect him to play, so that is great. I could put Saliba in there in this matchup. Expected clean sheet, 50%. That's another additional 10 points on top of his great AA game. And Bournemouth obviously are 11th. Arsenal are on fire. So do I go with Saliba for a safe, let's say, 60 points? At least you would expect that. Or do I go with Szymanski and go for a high point total game there as well? Even if he doesn't score, Szymanski can still pick up 50 points. He just has higher upside. I'm going to go Szymanski on this one, guys. I'm risking it all. Captain Kökçü, please, please play. Then I'm going to go into not under 23 rare, but all-star rare. This is where things are going a bit mad. So we do have Miguel Vargas, right, who's a great option as a goalkeeper, but they're up against the first place team, which kind of worries me here a little bit. So if we go over to Peru and we take a look at the matchup here, expected clean sheet for Club Cienciano is at 50%. They're expected to score 2 goals, while their opponents, like, the odds are so heavily into their favor, which I mean, they're playing at home, but it's the first place team. I don't understand how that works. But I'm going to go with what I know, and that is Osako, right? We're going to go with him. Sasaki, we're going to go with a full stack at the back there. For the midfield, have to pick Hill, no matter what. In the attack, Daiz and Maeda just makes total sense, because Anderlecht and those boys don't play. Twente doesn't play, so I can't put those players into a lineup for Challenger. Daiz and Maeda last game got 2 assists. Up against Hearts, who have European football. They have to kind of focus on that. They lost their first game. They have to try and recover something out of it in the next game. So for that reason, I reckon they're going to play a weaker team here. So Celtic should be banging scores there. And another one, when it comes to putting the last extra player in here, I do have a couple of options. Now, Modeste, I would love to put in, but I don't think I can. So we'll see how that goes. I want to see if Modeste plays the next game in the starting lineup as well. I think he'll do really well against Werder Bremen. But then I want to go full stack. Where's Araki? Araki, guys, if we go full stack, let's go full stack, right? If they get a clean sheet, we can easily see 70 points from Osako. We can easily see 70 from both Araki and Sasaki as well. So for that reason, look at that. One of those weeks where you have that clean sheet. Like, we could do really well here. And I'm going to go captain Daisen Maeda on this one. I do think he has a very high upside against the likes of Hearts. So that is the next team we're going to go for. And right now, we only have 2 lineups, which is a bit, I guess, a bit worrying. I mean, I could go All-Star Rare Pro as well, but do I even have any Super Rares playing? No, I don't have any Super Rares playing. So All-Star Rare Pro, we can put in another rare lineup, which obviously isn't ideal. But if it wins something, it wins something, right? So in here, I'm gonna go with Modeste. And then I'm going to go with the likes of, I guess, Thales Magno would have to be on this one. Captain the likes of Acosta or Modeste. Captain Saliba. Technically, that's what I would do. So let's start putting the lineups into the lineup builder together and see if there is anything else we could possibly do. So here it is. My lineups, rare. And start off on the 23 Rare Pro, the team I have personally the most faith in. Hopefully, Kirkchu does play. Brenner goes into this one, and Szymanski goes into this. And we're going to captain Kirkchu, because I do expect him to be back and playing. We can then go ahead and put All-Star Rare in with the likes of Osako, Sasaki, and Hill, and Maeda, and of course, Araki again. So pretty happy with that lineup. Maeda as the captain, even though that might be a bit stupid. Hill as the captain normally makes more sense, and he has been on form lately. I'm going to go with Hill, even though Maeda has the much better matchup, obviously. And then now I kind of want to see if there's anything I can play in terms of like underdog or something like that. So if we go underdog, Botman, no rares. That sucks. I just don't have anyone to play here. Specialist, maybe? Specialist? Vargas? Saliba? No midfielder? That sucks. Why do I not have a midfielder? Do I have a midfielder that I used already? Specialist sucks, though. Can we be honest? Specialist is absolutely terrible. It well and truly is. And you need some really low scorers, don't you? And I just don't have them. I just don't have them. Yeah, let's forget about specialist. I won't be able to put in a team there. Now, here's the deal. If I did play under 23 with Osako here, I don't have a midfielder because I've put Szymanski in there. Yeah, I would have to go All-Star Rare Pro with this next lineup, which is crazy. But I guess we're going to just go ahead and try. Wait, I don't have a midfielder? I should. Training team. Oh, Acosta is in a training team. Let me delete my training teams real quick. Let's delete that one. There we go. Now that we want to put these players in here. So Vargas, good matchup. Saliba, good matchup. Acosta, tough one, but could do well. Anthony Modeste. And we're going to go with Thales Magno here as well. Hey, if it works out, it works out. And we somehow win a reward here. Even if it's a tier 2, I'll be happy with it. So that's fine. But these are our lineups right now on the 23 Rare Pro. We're going all in on Feyenoord. Hopefully that works into our favor. All-Star, we're going with a very, very good matchup for Sanfrecce. So we're putting an under 23 goalkeeper in there alongside Araki, Sasaki, Hill, Daisen, Maeda. An All-Star Rare Pro, we're going to just risk it and see what sticks. Hopefully it works out. Technically looking at that as like a training team. Watch that one do better than the rest. That'd be great. I would not mind that at all. But yeah. Those are possibly the lineups. Now, let's talk about Sorare data. Let's talk about it, guys. We have put together the Sorare data memberships. So as you guys know, there are a few things that people are discussing in the community right now. Too many people are losing their absolute minds at the moment, which is just crazy. So as you know, we have the free section, which still gives you game stats, rankings, notifications. It gives you transaction history, average floors, player scoring history, team roster, basic, blah, blah. All those things, basically, you have pretty much everything, right? That any casual that plays Sorare would genuinely need, right? At least that's how I feel like it is placed. And then you have the pro side, which is more than good enough. Only costs you on a monthly basis, it costs you like €5. If you win just one threshold each month, you already pay for Sorare data. And it's not like you're not supporting a product. You're supporting a product that needs the help right now, right? So these guys have a very small team and they would like to go on and expand and bring more people in and make the site even better than it is right now. So for me personally, to go out there and pay for an account my size, it makes total sense to pay the 99 because I play this game like it's a freaking religion to me. Like I absolutely love Sorare, and I could never ever play Sorare without Sorare data and the info that it provides me. So for me, I have to go star. I just have to. And if Legend comes out, which is another tier that they are technically planning, I will look into that as well. If there's anything that really is of value, yes, I will go after it. But first of all, I wanted to go ahead and pay this amount because for me, the platform is amazing. The guys that work there, people like Laird and all these lads, I find them to be very, very helpful. And they are people that come back to you when you have any questions. So I'm very happy with how things go. I have had multiple suggestions that I've made for Sorare data being taken into account by Laird and put onto the platform. So if you guys have any ideas out there, come with them to their team and let them know and give them the opportunity to improve the product in a way that you would like to see it. But again, if you play Sorare casually, this is completely fine. The free side should be more than enough for you. And even if you don't use Sorare data, there's plenty of other sides to find out, or pages to find out the form of a player, how he's done in previous games and all that stuff. Like, if you want to go that deep and you feel like, oh, I can't see anything anymore, let's go Gakpo, right? Let's go Cody Gakpo. You can just see his FODMOB ratings here. I mean, they are based off of Opta as well, if I'm not mistaken. So if you don't want to use Sorare data anymore because you feel like you don't want to pay any money and the free page doesn't give you anything, there's plenty of different spots to go to find out the right matchups and everything. You can go onto a betting page to find out the odds for the game. You can look at your players' performances in previous matches and how he might have done last time around against them. So there's plenty of ways to circumvent Sorare data if you want to. For me, I don't want to. I want to have all the information I need on a page, and Sorare data provides that to me with this new thing that they have done, which I'm very, very excited about. So this is great. I think a lot of people are overreacting. Some people are even coming out with like comments like there's global recession, economies are breaking down, and all that stuff. And I now have to pay to be able to use Sorare data in a proper way again. Guys, honestly, I don't want to like step onto anyone's toes here, but if you are in a financial situation where you are struggling to make ends meet, sorry, but sell your gallery. Like, sell your gallery and take a step back and go back to what you were doing and utilize that money for whatever you need. What is way more important, anything in real life, is that you need, like food, electricity bills, just bills in general. If you need your money for that, do that instead. Don't blame Sorare data for your financial struggles. That's not how it's supposed to be. These guys are a business and they're trying to make it work, right? They're just trying to make things work for them to make the company sustainable. And that's very important because without this product, 80% of Sorare users would struggle big time. Like, based on their stats, 80% of people that play Sorare use Sorare data. 85% of people that win rewards use Sorare data as well. So without this platform, would all be done for. That Sorare would be not even half as fun for me personally if we didn't have this platform. I spend like 2 hours a day on this platform. So for me, it makes total sense to pay this amount. And obviously, if you can't afford the yearly fee straight away, just go for the monthly. Test it out. You can test out the Star for 2 weeks. You can test out the Pro for a couple of days, if I'm not mistaken. So I think that's a good way of testing things out. If you like it, you like it. If you don't like it, go ahead and downgrade to the free page and you'll be fine. You'll be fine. If you don't want to take Sorare too seriously, play the rookie side. If you want to take it more seriously and you have a gallery worth more than an ETH, go with the pro. If you have a bigger gallery like I do, like Nep does, like Haber does, like a bunch of us do, go and get the star, because you are going to get your money's worth out of the page. With the amount of time I spent on here, it is way worth a ton more than what I would pay on a yearly basis. And that's just a fact. You have to acknowledge what this page gives you and how much it provides for your enjoyment of the product, for your researching abilities, for keeping track of how things are going. And yes, obviously, now that things have been updated for Sorare data, there have been a few glitches here and there. Like even I can't access my Sorare data. I can't get into it, which is obviously a little bit of an issue, but you can solve that issue if you go ahead and delete your Sorare data app and come back to it after reinstalling. Apparently then you can log into Sorare, because when I click continue with Sorare, it doesn't work at the moment, but you can solve that issue. So on the whole Sorare data thing, I'm very happy that they have taken this step, and I'm very happy that it is in a very affordable manner. I like the fact that the free site still offers a lot. Obviously not everything, but it still offers a lot to you. Now that the things that you used to use are gone, you realize how much it was worth to you. Then go ahead and upgrade, because it is, for me personally, a person with a bigger gallery, it is totally worth it. I do understand the people being upset that the free-to-play side is not as huge as it used to be, but you have to look at it from their perspective as well, who are trying to make the site even better moving into the future, even bigger, and provide us with a lot more than what they do already. And I don't even know if that's even possible. So I'm glad that they are getting the bag. It is just me being completely honest. I hope you guys are okay with it. If you're not, let me know in the comments down below. If you have any genuine concerns, you can always contact these people. They are always happy to come back to you and respond to you. So if you have any reasonable concerns, these guys are no monsters. They'll be able to respond to you, and it will be fine. But yeah, I'm very excited about Sorare data and their progress as well. But one thing I forgot, Major League, Mega League, Sorare Mega. Let's go after it, guys. Let's play our best 5 in here. Let's put in the likes of Osako. Let's put in my boy Sasaki. And actually, you know what? We're going to go 2-1-1. Sasaki goes into it. I think Araki has higher upside because he can score on corners, which he has proven many, many times. I'm going to go Araki. Okay, we go with that. And then midfield, I'm going to go Kökçü. Attack, I'm going to go Daisen Maeda. And my captain is going to be Sasaki. Yep, I am going Mr. Sasaki. Even though Kökçü probably has higher upside against Valva. Yeah, let's go. Let's go Kökçü. Let's go with that. And let's go into Mega 8, because I think we can put a strong team in there too. But I am going to go with a little bit of a variation here. Instead of going Osako again, we're going to go Vargas. We're going to go with Saliba. We will also use Kamara. Yeah, I guess we'll use Kamara. Midfield, we're going to go Szymanski, Hill, Acosta. Attack, we're going to use Thales Magno and Brenner. Even though Thales Magno, I don't like you. We're going to go with that. And the captain here is going to be Hill. So that is my Mega 8 lineup. Mega 3, do I have anything else that I can put in here? Let's see. Thales Magno can go in here. Lee Myung-jo is a beast. He has been scoring well lately. Jesus Ferreira is banned. You know what? Let's take a punt. Let's go with Sven Botman. Who knows? Maybe he scores a header off of a corner. Who knows? So we'll go with that. And captain. If I'm going to go punty, let's go Sven Botman anyways. Against Man City. Let's see how that one works out for me. But Mega 5 and Mega 8, I'm quite hopeful for. Hopefully we can do well there. But those are the lineups for the week. And again, ETH and everything, I can easily see everything crash big time still. I can see us come down to this red line once again at some point. But for now, let's not play the doomsday guy. These are the lineups, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you, and I will catch you on the next one. This was one of my longest videos ever. Appreciate you all. Take care and peace.